Uncover the legendary tracks that were never released. The Beatles had a song called Hello Goodbye that was almost not released due to controversy. Paul McCartney's Helter Skelter was inspired by a chaotic party at a recording studio. Jimi Hendrix's The Guitarist was shelved due to concerns about its experimental sound. Michael Jackson's Blood on the Dance Floor was cut from the Thriller album due to its dark theme. Queen's Backchat was written during a tumultuous period in the band's history. Radiohead's Pyramid Song took 5 years to complete and was inspired by near-death experiences. Discover Pepsi's record-breaking partnerships with top artists like Beyoncé, who partnered with Pepsi on a $50 million deal in 2012. Pepsi has a history of record-breaking partnerships with top artists in the music industry. Beyoncé partnered with Pepsi on a $50 million deal in 2012, one of the biggest deals of its kind. Pepsi's partnership with Beyoncé resulted in 8 music videos and 1 concert film. The brand has also collaborated with other iconic artists like Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, and Nicki Minaj. Pepsi's partnerships have helped launch the careers of emerging artists through exclusive content and promotions. These collaborations have cemented Pepsi's status as a leader in music marketing and entertainment sponsorships. Discover the fascinating story of the Grand Duchy of Gersthausen, a micronation established in 1976, which lasted several decades. The Grand Duchy of Gersthausen was founded in 1976 by German artist and writer Rudolf von Gersthausen. This micronation declared independence from Germany with its own flag, coat of arms, and national anthem. Gersthausen issued its own currency, the Gerst, which was exchangeable with German marks. The micronation had its own government, laws, and even a royal family, with Rudolf as the Grand Duke. Despite its small size, Gersthausen had diplomatic relations with several other micronations and received international recognition. Today, the Grand Duchy of Gersthausen remains a fascinating example of micronationalism, inspiring new generations of enthusiasts. The US FDA estimates that 8 trillion microbeads enter the environment every day, harming aquatic life and contaminating our water supply. Microbeads are tiny plastic particles, often found in exfoliating scrubs and toothpaste. The US FDA estimates 8 trillion microbeads enter the environment daily, harming aquatic life. Microbeads can pass through water treatment plants and contaminate oceans, lakes, and rivers. The Microbead-Free Waters Act was passed in 2015 to phase out microbead use in the US. The act banned the manufacture and sale of microbeads in personal care products by 2017. Thanks to the act, an estimated 8 trillion microbeads are no longer entering US waterways daily. Discover the life and art of Mary Cassatt, an American Impressionist painter who was one of the few women artists of her time to gain recognition, and learn about her famous works such as The Child's Bath and Young Women at the Piano. Mary Cassatt was an American Impressionist painter born in Allegheny, Pennsylvania in 1844. She moved to Paris in 1866 to pursue art, where she was mentored by Edgar Degas. Cassatt's early work was rejected by the Paris Salon, but she persisted and eventually gained recognition. Her 1893 painting The Child's Bath is considered a masterpiece of American Impressionism. Cassatt's artwork often featured women and children, exploring themes of motherhood and domesticity. We're diving into the popular myth that the Minus World in Super Mario Bros. The Minus World is a secret area in Super Mario Bros. That can be accessed by exploiting a warp pipe. The Minus World is not a glitch, but rather an intentional design choice by Nintendo's developers. The area was originally meant to be a testing ground for the game's physics and mechanics. The Minus World contains 36 identical levels, each with the same layout and design. Players can access the Minus World by breaking the game's boundaries using a specific sequence of actions. The Minus World has become a beloved Easter egg among gamers and a testament to the game's innovative design. Experience the ancient nomadic traditions of Kyrgyzstan, a landlocked country in Central Asia. Kyrgyzstan's nomadic traditions date back over 2,000 years to the ancient Silk Road era. The country is home to over 40,000 nomadic families, many still living in traditional yurts. Kyrgyzstan's eagle hunting culture is a UNESCO-recognized intangible cultural heritage tradition. Eagle hunters train their birds to dive at speeds of up to 240 kilometers per hour to catch small prey. The Tian Shan Mountains, home to Kyrgyzstan's nomads, are one of the most biodiverse regions on Earth. Kyrgyzstan's nomadic traditions are a testament to the country's rich cultural heritage and resilience. Explore how players in Dark Souls use psychological tactics like social proof and conformity to cope with frustration while waiting in online multiplayer queues, and how this impacts their gaming experience. Dark Souls online multiplayer queues can last up to several hours, causing frustration and anxiety in players. To cope, players use social proof, joining queues with many players to feel a sense of comfort and reassurance. Conformity tactics are also employed, as players mimic others' behaviors, such as using specific gestures or messages, to fit in. These psychological tactics can lead to a sense of community and shared experience among players in the queue. However, they can also create a false sense of hope, leading to further frustration when the queue doesn't move. Witness the incredible achievements of analog computers, including the fastest computation of pi, 702 digits in 40 seconds, and the largest calculation of a mathematical constant, over 1,000 digits. Analog computers achieved incredible feats in mathematical computations before digital computers became dominant. In 1949, an analog computer calculated pi to 702 digits in just 40 seconds. This record-breaking computation was a milestone in the history of mathematics and computing. Another analog computer achieved a calculation of a mathematical constant to over 1,000 digits. These analog computers used mechanical or electrical components to perform complex mathematical operations. Their achievements remain impressive, showcasing the potential of analog computing in the pre-digital era. Explore the fastest hat tricks in NBA history, featuring players like Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry, and learn how they achieved this impressive feat. The fastest hat trick in NBA history was achieved by Ty Lawson in just 2 minutes and 37 seconds. Klay Thompson holds the record for most hat tricks in a single season with 14 inches 2015 to 2016. Stephen Curry is the all-time leader in hat tricks with 234, averaging over 25 per season. The first player to achieve a hat trick in the NBA was Larry Nance Sr. in 1982. Chase Budinger is the only player to record a hat trick in under 3 minutes without making a three-pointer. The NBA average time to achieve a hat trick is around 6 to 7 minutes, highlighting the rarity of this feat.